Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Every.Black Virtual Tech Summit. I am honored to serve as your MC today. My name is DeAndre Ford, and I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen in this space this morning. Again, today is not about technology. It's about confidence. It's about ownership. It's about realizing that tech is not something just out here. It's something we can learn. It's something, that we can use. And it's something that we can leverage to build, grow, and to lead. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a creative, a student, a professional, or someone, that's just simply curious about what's next. You're in the right room this morning. Again, things are changing rapidly in technology. By the end of this summit, my hope is that you feel empowered, feel more comfortable with technology, feel equipped with something practical, and most importantly, feel confident enough to take action. So let's lean in, let's learn, and let's ask some questions, and let's embrace the future together. Enjoy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started now, and we're going to introduce our very first speaker. And our very first speaker this morning is Mr. Marc Hamm. Mr. Marc Hamm is a serial entrepreneur, including the founder of FashionMojos.com and Pro Web Firm.
Growing a business means taking every necessary step to improving awareness. However, improving your brand's awareness can be quite difficult, and that's where Pro Web Firm comes in. By harnessing our dexterity and services, including custom web design, logo design, web hosting, domain registration, e-commerce solution, web marketing, privacy and protection, search engine optimization, and even WordPress hosting, we can help you push beyond the limit of your reach. We understand your desire to boost revenue. However, having just a website isn't enough. Let Pro Web Firm represent your vision through web and graphic solutions that will scale your business. Visit www.prowebfirm.net or call 770-954-9141.
Good day, everybody. I am so glad to be here at the summit. Want to dive right on in and talk about this AI. I am Marc Hamm from Pro Web Firm. Been in business 22 years. I love what I do. I love helping people bring their dreams to fruition on the web. So today we're going to talk about SEO and AI. And I basically taught my AI how to write some HTML code. So again, I'm Marc Hamm with Pro Web Firm, and today we're talking about SEO, which is short for search engine optimization. And what is search engine optimization, you ask? Great question, DeAndre. SEO is, for short version, it's the keywords people type in when they're looking for a product, a service, or something on the internet. They go to Google and type in hair products, and boom, all these hair products come up. Those are SEO keywords, all right? And today we're talking about how I taught my AI how to write those keywords and so that I could code them into a website, all right? And moving right along. All right, so just to give you a little backstory so you understand how we got here to the AI, like I said, I've been in business 22 years. Before I got in business for myself at Pro Web Firm, I worked online, worked on Citibank on Wall Street is what I was trying to say, for a number of years. And I was doing graphic design and web design. And basically they taught me how to code. I was graphically inclined when I got there, and they taught me how to take my graphics and put it into an HTML code where it can be visible on the web. And we had clients that we would do projects for that were $100,000 back then and had to be done in 10 days. So imagine writing a full 100-page website in 10 days or less, code it, graphics, test it, launch it, put it on the server, boom, boom, boom. So that was kind of pressure that we had back then. So I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2004. And in 2005, February 2nd, I launched Pro Web Firm. And Pro Web Firm is basically helping people build their business websites or club or group websites on the web. And obviously, we can go as far as bank security level, but most of the time it's for a startup company or a business that's rebranding. All right. And today we're talking about SEO. All right. So with SEO, and I have a video that I would like played just to give you an idea of what Pro Web Firm does.
Growing a business means taking every necessary step to improving awareness. However, improving your brand's awareness can be quite difficult, and that's where Pro Web Firm comes in. By harnessing our dexterity and services, including custom web design, logo design, web hosting, domain registration, e-commerce solution, web marketing, privacy and protection, search engine optimization, and even WordPress hosting, we can help you push beyond the limit of your reach. We understand your desire to boost revenue. However, having just a website isn't enough. Let Pro Web Firm represent your vision through web and graphic solutions that will scale your business. Visit www.prowebfirm.net or call 770-954-9141.
All right, and that is Pro Web Firm in a nutshell. And I'm glad it told you all of that so I don't have to. Having SEO done to your website is the most important part of the website. Yes, it looking good and functioning and having pictures and text on it is great, but if you're not getting traffic to your website, then you're probably not going to get a lot of phone calls or a lot of business. And so we specialize in SEO or driving organic traffic from the search engines to your website. And those are the keywords. We normally do, say, 30 keywords. We will research your type of business and write 30 keywords based on your business and include it with meta tags, a meta description, and a meta title. And what are tags, description, and the title, you ask? Great question, DeAndre. You on the ball today. Okay. So meta tags, the short version is it tells Google or search engines what your business is, your services, what you do, how you do it. It reads all of that by the page title and by the tag. So each picture on a website has a tag and it tells it what that picture says so that Google or search engines can read it. The description will break it down even further and tell them a description of what you do or how it's done. And then the title tells it what page it's on. I'm on the services page. I'm on the about us page. I'm on the contact page. So all of that coding goes into your website so that Google search engines can read it and read it quickly. All right. So here we're going to talk about SEO and meta description. So here is the services page of Pro Web Firm. I pulled up the mobile version for you and the desktop version. A lot of people think we just design a site and boom, that's it. No, we pretty much code a site two different ways, one for desktop and one for mobile because it looks different. It reads different. And so we have to put extra code in so that mobile can read it differently from desktop. All right. When you're on your mobile phone, you scroll up and down. When you're on the desktop, you've got more width to it. So you've got more text and pictures on that page. All right. So here, this picture, the first picture you see on a web page is called H1. H1 in coding means that's the first picture on that page. And Google reads this as this is the main thing. So we have an H1 picture and an H1 title. So it's going to read this first title and say, oh, okay, that's what this website is about. So obviously we wanted to have the keywords web design in our H1. All right. So this is kind of broad. Web design that turns visitors into customers. That's kind of broad. All right. But it will get more specific as we go on. All right. I'm going to go on to the next page. And here's the code. Here's the code for the services page. I know you've been dying to see the code, DeAndre, and well, here it is. So I was just talking about the title, and this title is read by Google and other search engines. And this title reads Web Design, SEO, Logo, and E-commerce Services, and it's at Pro Web Firm. All right, so this title is going to be different from website to website, page to page. Every page is going to have a different title, even if it's on the same website. All right. So then it gets into the description, meta name. Pro Web Firm offers professional web design, logo creation, SEO, graphic design, e-commerce development, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. We also have keywords where people may type in to see what I do. Web design services, SEO services, logo design, e-commerce development, so on and so forth. And we tell Google's robots to index this page and follow this page, right? And basically this code I wrote myself, right? This is straight SEO, meta tags, meta description, all right? And title, all the things we talked about on the previous slide. What you don't know is I taught my AI to use this as an example to write this exact code for other websites I design, right? So I will tell, what's the name of your website, DeAndre?
Kingdom Marketing Works.
All right, so Kingdom Marketing, I'll tell my AI, write SEO, meta tag, description, and title for Kingdom. I'm going to just use Kingdom in short. Mm-hmm. And it will write it in a millisecond by doing research on his own website and other stuff on the web based off of my example of my code right here. So it'll change Pro Web Firm to Kingdom, and it'll tell us what he does, right? And it'll write a description, it'll write the keywords, everything you see here, it will populate, but for the Kingdom website, not Pro Web. And so I use my site as an example. I know it works because I've been up since 2005 and running, and I get a lot of traffic. And so you don't recreate the wheel, you use what already works. And so I apply that. So, and I got to be honest with y'all, I always got to tell a story. All right, let me tell you a story. So I do a lot of networking. And when I'm out networking, obviously I can't be in the office writing code. And so I got busy one time, and I used to network 17 times a week, 4 or 5 times a day. And I would get a whole lot of new clients. And I start building their website, and I was fine. But what bogged me down is doing the research to find the keywords. And as you see here, we'll have about 30 keywords. And so I had to go do the research on everybody's website, then write the keywords, then write all this, HTML code. And so I would get behind it. Instead of it taking me 3 weeks to 6 weeks to design and code a website, it started taking 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And the website would be built, but I'd be slow on the SEO side. And so I was pulling my hair out, the wavy stuff I got left. I would pull my hair out and go, man, I just can't, you can't finish a website until you do the SEO to it. So I tried hiring people, I tried teaching people, and it just never worked out. And one day I saw ChatGPT, and I said, I don't want to try that stuff. Nobody's using that AI stuff. I got so busy, I didn't have a choice. So I said, well, let me try ChatGPT. Honest, true story. I'm writing code page by page, 5-page website. And I go to ChatGPT and I said, based off of prowebfirm.net, write the code for the title and the meta name and the keywords. And here's the example. I gave them all this code. I copied all this code you see on the screen and pasted it into Chat GPT. And I said, now write it for this client. And 2 minutes later, it wrote it. And I checked it. It might have had one word out of place or something like that. So I went and corrected it. And I told it, hey, you got that wrong. You needed to put, and it said, okay. And it rewrote it with the corrections. So I copied it, I copied it and pasted it into the site on that page. And I said, well, let me try the next page. So as I did the second, third, and fourth and fifth page, it nailed it. So I'm like, get out of here. I've been bogged down for months and this thing is done in a minute. So I finished the site in one day and then went on to my next site. And I felt so proud and glad that I was making progress. And so I said, from now on, I'm going to try ChatGPT with this code that I taught it how to write. And so my production has sped up tremendously. I get websites done a lot faster than I used to. And I did a 100-page website at the end of last year using ChatGPT with the same thing. And the client was so happy. It was like, wow, I thought it was going to take you forever to do it. I said, nah, we got some good workers now. But I told her we use a ChatGPT, and she uses it as well. And so, long story short, ChatGPT has sped up my production and web design now that it knows how to write. And the trick is to log into your AI so that it learns you. And you can always go back to the same thread that you use. I'm going to stop share and I'm going to say thank you to everybody, all the listeners, all the people who came today. And thank you to Dr. Jimmy Davies for this platform. I love technology since I was a kid. And I'm just proud to be a presenter today. And
well, thank you so much, Mark. Man, like I said, to start off the summit, you got lit it up, man. You lit it up. And I wrote down some key points, a couple of takeaways, Mark, that I wrote down, which is so important. We don't have to recreate the wheel. We want to start all over and recreate the wheel. And that takes time and energy. So thank you for that there. And also CEO, SEO, and meta descriptions are so important for our business and for those of us who have websites. So again, that SEO is important. And lastly, ChatGPT and the other AI platforms will make your business much more efficient and save you time and headache. Like you said, you were taking weeks to do websites, and with the ChatGPT, down to hours or a couple of days or so.
Yep. My last tagline that I want to say before I go, and this was written in 2005. My tagline was, if you do not have a website, then you're not in business. Well, this is 2026. You probably have a website by now. But if it's outdated, if your logo is not looking good, if you're not getting traffic to your website, call Pro Web Firm and get a free consultation. Get us to look at your website and see if your SEO is done properly. That's free, right? And a lot of times it's $100 fix or $600 fix to fix the SEO to a website. I've seen a ton of people get a $2,000-$3,000 website, and it's just the front end. Nothing on the back end for meta description, meta title, keywords, none of that. And so it can make or break your business when your phone's not ringing, when you're not getting traffic, when you're not getting new business from the web. It's probably because the SEO is outdated, bad, or just not there.
Wow. Like I said, it's so important. It's so important. And definitely glad to have you to start us off and to get us empowered.
All right. Okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you, sir, DeAndre.
Well, thank you again, Marc Hamm. And definitely you guys want to reach out to him to at least get a consultation, let him check out your website and take your business to another level. Is that right, Mark?
That's right. To a whole nother level. I got my boy Keenan did that. Anyway, go ahead. It's inside.
Well, thank you so very much. And we'll be asking more questions at the very end of the summit. And so definitely we'll be sticking to ask you more questions.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir.
All right, take care.